Albuquerque public school kids are into all kinds of activities, ranging from sports to drill teams to chess clubs. APS doesn't cover the cost of a lot of that, so students and their parents do car washes, bake sales, and jogathons and other fundraisers. The money that they raise, and it is a lot of money, goes to each school's activity fund, and there it often vanishes. Here's Matt Grubbs on special assignment.
At the second inauguration of President Barack Obama, somewhere in that huge Washington, D.C. crowd were 7 students from Albuquerque High School and their 4 chaperones. Their trip to the nation's capital from Albuquerque cost nearly $20,000. And while the entire AHS student body paid the bill, just 11 people traveled. What's more, no one has a clue who 2 of those adult chaperones were.
This is a serious issue that the district needs to tackle.
Proof that we need to look at things differently.
At 86 schools in every corner of the district, from Volcano Vista to Mitchell Elementary, APS audited activity funds like the one used to pay for the AHS trip. Auditors found everything from missing receipts to glaring oversights by the principals, activities directors, bookkeepers, and coaches who were supposed to track the money in student accounts. And at a few schools like La Cueva and Rio Grande, the audits even pointed to potential crimes. At AHS, auditors suggested filing a police report. The district tells us that did not happen. Now, the audit stopped short of claiming fraud, but it says something worse. Those students who were at the inauguration, it says they could have been in danger. You see, when auditors sat down to look at that trip, they noticed there were too many adults along for the ride. And the identities of 2 of those adults traveling with the kids are still a mystery. The audit says that the district has no clue who 2 of those adults were.
Exactly.
Do you know who those 2 adults were?
I do not know.
If I'm a parent, that scares the heck out of me.
It's exactly true. I can't even answer your question. I don't even know how that happens.
Judging by what auditors reported to board member Kathy Court, it happens because, quote, the district field trip process and forms are inadequate.
Follow the rules.
The audit says that because the AHS activities director did not follow the rules, critical questions about those mystery chaperones were not answered for the district.
Who are the adults that are attending? Who are supervising this? Have they had background checks? Are they appropriate folks, personnel, parents or otherwise, who should be allowed to go on these trips?
La Cueva High School's audit revealed huge holes in the way APS tracks activities money and student travel. This time, the school apparently had no idea its speech and debate club was taking a nearly 4,000-mile trip.
When an airline comes back at a school and says you still owe us money, there's something wrong with that.
10 students, chaperoned by their 20-year-old coach, flew to Harvard University in Boston for a tournament. The cost of the trip? Well, APS and La Cueva really don't know. The sponsor handled, or as the airline demonstrated, mishandled, all the travel through his bank account. Ever acceptable, you think, for this coach to handle fundraising through their own bank account?
No way. Shouldn't be happening.
It happened twice, as the club took another trip that the school didn't know about last summer. No permission, no purchase order, no way of determining if chaperones went along. And at Rio Grande High School, an audit showed the cheer coach spent $32,412.42 on uniforms in just 13 months. Auditors blasted administrators at the school for lack of oversight, and the principal admitted the school had to transfer money to the program to cover unpaid bills. So who's being held accountable? Well, apparently no one. At Albuquerque High, that could be criminal activity, couldn't it?
It could potentially wind up in that sort of a scenario.
The activities director told us she was suspended with pay and didn't leave her job until 3 months later, after she accidentally sent an inappropriate text message to the school's African-American principal. At Rio Grande High, the cheer coach was allowed to resign despite leaving thousands in unpaid bills and overspent accounts. And at La Cueva,
we've taken the necessary steps to prevent anything like that happening again at La Cueva or any of our schools, and so I think we're getting on top of this one a little bit better.
I would point out, though, that coach appears to still be the speech and debate coach.
He's under direct supervision of the principal and the activities director.
I frankly don't even understand why this person is still the coach of this team.
How many chances do we need to be giving these people?
That's a great question.
Court, other board members, and the district will now work on just how to answer it. On special assignment, Matt Grubbs, KRQE News 13.
You can read the complete audit for each of the schools we highlighted and find a list of which schools APS gave a passing grade. We have that and much more online anytime at krqe.com.